know the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot put no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 45 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll look to throw here. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That one goes for 24 yards.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First carry for Darius Geis. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pick. Pick up of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and get it with Geis. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is Geis. Stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holloway. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Again is to Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
On second down, Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll drop the throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Throwing the slant pattern here complete. His first catch good for 8 and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They start on the ground with Elliott. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Back to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out right. Hard throw, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be second and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 17-3. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. Room to run inside the 40. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out in the pistol. He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, option right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Looking to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and they had it stopped short of the 1st, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 44. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point safely through, and the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Leopard! Leopard!
He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a handoff here to his running back. Still fighting for more. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They're going to look to throw. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again to Elliott. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
You got 4. You got
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot. But the defense on the field is saying not so fast, and they've held firm on the first 2 plays.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey, slow down, slow down.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Four down.
And they take a knee. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Dallas, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will hit the road next week.